Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video on Talk Sooty. We're back once again and we're here to talk boxing, baby. Yes, we're talking boxing, and unfortunately it's a bit of a sour taste in our mouths considering the last couple of weeks we've had with that, especially that great week of Anui Fulton and Spence Crawford. I'm not going to talk about those fights, but obviously they were a great week of fights. And then obviously, previous Saturday, we have just had the awful news that Dillian Whyte has failed some sort of drug test. They found an adverse finding, whatever that waffle means. Basically, he's probably been sticking things in places they shouldn't be going. And, yeah, well, obviously that fight got cancelled. And to be honest, I thought the whole show might have got cancelled because I didn't think they'd be able to find a replacement. But obviously today, as you are seeing this video, the first press conference of the Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius fight did take place. And at first, I wasn't too impressed with this fight. I was like, Robert Helenius, I mean, he got absolutely chinned in one round by Wilder. But then I had some time to think, and you've got to look at the bigger picture. At least AJ's fighting, he gets some rounds in the bag depending on how long the fight goes. I'll talk about that in a sec. And it also saves a decent night of boxing in general, because when you look at the undercard, again, at first I was like, well, there's not really much on the undercard. But when you actually take in the fights, there's some good ones, a couple of young prospects like Campbell Hatton, and then that kid who was in the Spider costume today at the press conference, that Brandon Scott. And then you've got heavyweight dust-ups, 4 heavyweight fights, including the main event. And who doesn't like a heavyweight bout? Let's be honest. I mean, the heavyweight division in general this year has been absolutely pants, but we've got 4 heavyweight fights, and one that's interests me a little bit, obviously, with the main event, but the Hrgovic-McKean fight, I think that'll be a cracker, to be honest. I don't think it'll go the distance, but yeah, obviously a lot of people were saying Hrgovic could have been the replacement, and I just think it gets a bit complicated when you're pulling people out of eliminator fights. It just gets a bit technical. I mean, I understand getting Chisora or Washington up to AJ because that fight doesn't mean much, but that Hrgovic McKean is an eliminator, and whoever wins that fight will be mandated to fight Alexander Usyk, or should I say the winner of Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, which most people think will be Usyk, me included. But yeah, in general, the bigger picture, we should have had an absolute cracker in AJ White 2, and I'm absolutely fuming with Dillian Whyte, and it just puts another asterisk on boxing and his name in general. Obviously, he's going to fight himself. He's going to fight his case. I don't know how that'll go. Obviously, we would have seen the Conor Benn case that he's only just been cleared, and even that's a bit whiffy, and that's taken ages. So this Dillian Whyte issue will probably be a while, which is unfortunate because we were going to have a big fight this weekend, and I was ready to do a live stream, and I will still be doing a live stream on this channel. Don't worry about that. But obviously it's Robert Helenius versus Anthony Joshua now. My thoughts on the fight is I think it's definitely, I think it's an easier fight. But apart from Helenius getting chinned by Deontay Wilder, I think he brings some good things to AJ that will prepare him for Wilder, in the fact that he's going to be 6'9", so very similar to Wilder, slightly taller than AJ. So it means you're keeping that similar punch like range there. You're keeping it up, which you will have to do for Wilder. Obviously, they are all similar heights, but it just helps, doesn't it? Because he was fighting White, who is a few inches smaller, and he'd been punching down. Instead, he's punching at basically eye level now. So little things like that will help. And he's not awful. I just think he'll win. I think he'll win, and to be honest, it might even do AJ a bit of confidence. Don't know, it might give him false hope if he absolutely cleans him out and then thinks he can do the same with Wilder. But I don't think it'll be like that. I think he knows the game now. He's been through his ups and downs, so I think he'll get Helenius out of there. Early fight, well, I'll say mid-fight week predictions, I'm going to go for AJ in the 4th. but it could be sooner, could be later, I think. But I definitely think a knockout's going to be on the cards, because if you did watch the Helenius Deontay Wilder fight, you know Helenius comes for it, and that could be, well, it could go one or two ways. He could chin AJ, could hit him on the chin, and he could be doing a chicken dance, or AJ hits him on the chin, it's night night, good night Irene, all that shebang, and we've got AJ lifting his hand, and then hopefully the next fight is the big boy that they're all talking about. Obviously, we know what happened last time with a last-minute replacement, and everyone's talking about Deontay Wilder at Fight Week. Andy Ruiz. We don't want another one of those, let's be honest. I don't think we'll get one, but if we do, I will probably go into hibernation for about 2 months, if I'm being honest, because I can't be dealing with AJ losing again on short notice to some, let's be honest, a fighter that's not at his level. But yeah, that is the fight. We've got the fight. It's not what we wanted, but people are getting paid. Like AJ was saying today at the press conference, he kept this card alive, so the young guns who can't really afford to not fight are still getting their money, and they're giving everyone a show. And it doesn't even sound like at the O2, apparently they've only refunded like 1,000 tickets, but they reckon that they'll probably resell out by the time fight night comes around. So that's pretty impressive, because I thought it might be a bit of a no-show, but people are still tuning in. So there's clearly some people still interested in this card and interested in AJ and what he does. But when AJ comes to town, everyone watches anyway, don't they? Another positive about this is it has been taken off pay-per-view. I mean, most people probably know this by now, because Eddie Hearn said it about 15 times in about the first 10 seconds at the press conference. But all seriousness, we don't no longer have to pay the extra pay-per-view fee now. It is just your DAZN subscription. I mean, I sound like a DAZN ambassador here, which is good, though, for the people who... for the people who don't want to pay the money. And no one really wanted to pay the pay-per-view price. I mean, we would have, because we love boxing, but at least we don't have to do that. And like I said, I will be doing a live stream, and I'll probably be doing a prediction for the whole card. Obviously, I've just given you a cheeky prediction now for the AJ. Might give you a cheeky predictions via a short, probably on Friday, on this fight. But I thought I'd just bring you the news. Obviously, the big disappointment is boxing takes another L. Let's be honest, another big fight cancelled because of people doing things they shouldn't be doing, or maybe not for Dillian, maybe he's just been unlucky, but the third time in his career, do you get that unlucky? And well, we'll find out, when we will find out probably later on next year, but that's going to be it from me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thought I'd just come to you guys with a bit of the news on this fight week, what's happened, what's going to be playing out. I can't wait for it, to be honest. I love when AJ fights. Big AJ fan, my favourite boxer by a country mile. And yeah, we're going to be doing a live stream, so stay tuned for the content, not only on this channel but on my Sutty channel as well. You'll be able to see that on the homepage of this channel. But that's going to be it from me today. Hope you enjoyed. Sutty out.